to be joined by the Vice Chancellor of this institution, who was recently appointed to the South African Bureau of Standards Board as the chairperson. You'll remember that this institution has been, there have been a series of allegations of improper misconduct and also governance instability. The minister recently appeared before the parliamentary committee that deals with trade and industry here in the country. But let me welcome Prof Bismark Jobeka. Prof, thank you very much for joining us on SABC News Channel 404, and congratulations on your appointment to the SABS Board.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let us start with that appointment. Were you really expecting that?
I can tell you it was completely unexpected. In fact, when I received the news, I was traveling to Peru. And so my phone was on flight mode when I received the news from a friend of mine congratulating me. I realized this thing happened 2 days ago, and I was not aware, and it was making news in the country. And I said, I'm not sure what you're talking about. And she said to me, well, go and look at the cabinet statement of 2 days ago, and you'll see. And then that's when I found out that, in fact, I've been appointed to the board and as chairperson. So it was a pleasant surprise.
And like many other government SOEs, state-owned entities, the SABS is also facing its own challenges. I mean, there have been a series of allegations of improper misconduct and also governance instability. And you assume this role at the institution. What would be like your plan to stabilize the situation at the South African Bureau of Standards?
Yeah, you're correct in saying that the institution is really beset with a number of challenges. And you've outlined some of them. That includes governance instability. And that is evidenced by the fact that the minister has dissolved the previous board and decided to appoint a new board, which I'm now proud to be the chairperson of. So in a way, the minister has already started the job of stabilizing governance, because it starts with the board. Now, of course, we as the board must then delve into the issues of stabilizing senior executive management and going down the ranks. And that the SABC, SABS, as you probably would know, has been without a CEO for the past more than 6 years. I believe the last CEO of the SABS was Dr. Boni Mehlomakulu. And even before her, no CEO for a long time of the SABS had concluded their full term. So that on its own tells you that there are serious problems. And this is a very important institution that deals with, the development of standards, the promotion of standards, and the maintaining of the standards for quality in the services and systems that are used within our country. Now, if you have that kind of instability, then it worries us. Therefore, the first port of call for the board, and I must say, by the way, we had our first board meeting last week, Thursday. And the first port of call for the board is to consider the issues of the appointment of a permanent CEO and make sure that all the executive positions are filled. I can tell you that more than, let's say, 60 to 70% of senior management and executive management at the SABS are on acting capacity. That does not augur well for good governance, because then there is no real full taking of accountability. So therefore, the starting point for us is to stabilize senior executive management by appointing first the chief executive officer, and subsequently the chief executive officer must be empowered to fill the subsequent executive position vacancies that exist. I think that would be the starting point. Once you stabilize that, you then look into other burning issues within the organization that affects its functioning. One of those things that we noticed is the disharmony between staff and management and the unions. And it's been going on and on for years, and with accusations and counter accusations. Now, you cannot have stability in an organization where there are no employment relations that are harmonious. So we will go down. We believe that there is a space for the union and for management to coexist and take the organization to the next level.